was give us some direct feedback, critique. What are we doing poorly? What could we be doing better? And what's your hope for our potential as a service? If you're running Twitter, by the way, do you want to run Twitter? What would you do?
President of the United States.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. It's been an interesting week of news. Obviously, now Elon stirred up the beehive of outrage from leftists by saying that bans shouldn't be permanent on Twitter. And it's been interesting to see all the reaction to that and the meltdowns to that because, you know, ultimately, I agree with this. And I thought it was insane that they banned a sitting president at the time. But also that anybody's ban would be permanent because, you know, why not just force people to follow the rules and then give people timeouts? And then the more times they break the rules, you just give them longer and longer timeouts. I think that that would be reasonable as long as that time, you know, the time frame would be, you know, maybe 12 hours, 24 hours, 2 days, 4 days, 6 days, 8 days. You know, eventually you might get a year ban. It's still not permanent. And Jack Dorsey spoke out on it yesterday, calling the Trump thing ban a business decision, and then that he confirmed that he agreed with Elon Musk over unbanning Trump, which has been an amazing, it's been an interesting development. Just a quick reminder, my videos are all brought to you by Private Internet Access, VPN. It helps protect your data. It allows you to access region-locked content. That's the most important thing. A lot of content, like say for on Netflix or Hulu or whatever type of streaming service you want, it isn't available in your country. You can use that VPN to change your location and get access to thousands of movies and animes and things of that nature that you wouldn't otherwise get. They have a massive 82% off discount right now if you use my link in the description. So if you don't have VPN yet, Private Internet Access is the one I use. Make sure you get it today before the sale ends. Link in the description. Jack Dorsey says banning Trump was a business decision and agrees with Elon Musk that no one should be permanently banned from Twitter. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey weighed in on the side of Elon Musk after Tesla CEO and Twitter's decision to permanently ban Donald Trump was, quote, morally wrong and flat out stupid. Musk, we already know, is set to acquire. Musk said during a live interview that he had spoken to Dorsey about the permanent bans on Twitter. He and I are of the same mind that permanent bans should be extremely rare and really reserved for accounts that are bots or spam scam accounts, said Musk. Dorsey confirmed his agreement with Musk in a tweet. There are exceptions, you know, like kid stuff or illegal behavior, spam or network manipulation. But generally, permanent bans are a failure of ours and don't work, he said. Dorsey referred back to the thread he posted in January 2021 following Trump's ban where Dorsey was the CEO. Now, Axios reporter Dan Primack challenged Dorsey in a tweet as in Dorsey's 2021 thread, the then Twitter CEO said banning Trump was the right thing, although the circumstances were, quote, regrettable. Dorsey replied and said it was a business decision. It shouldn't have been. We should always revisit our decisions and evolve as necessary. I stated that in the thread, and I still believe that permanent bans of individuals are directionally wrong, Dorsey said. He stopped short of saying Trump's account should be reinstated. In separate tweets, Dorsey said that by, quote, business decision, he meant that a business made the decision. We made the decision based on the information we had and what we thought was best impossible situation, Dorsey tweeted. I'm saying a corporation should not have to make this decision in the first place. Not for something as important as a public conversation, he added. Dorsey has previously expressed support for Musk's takeover of Twitter, saying that Musk is the singular solution to lead the company. Trump's Twitter account was permanently suspended after he published a video addressing the bad behavior that was going on at the Capitol. He said, "Go home, we love you, you're very special." That was always the weird thing to me. They were like, he incited this behavior, he's responsible. And I'm like, I don't get it. He literally told them to go home. What did you want him to do? The company at the time said it suspended the account due to the risk of further incitement of bad behavior. What's interesting is, you know, the pushback now that Jack Dorsey's getting. It's fun. It seems like he's grown a lot. That he's kind of come a long way in terms of his beliefs on free speech. You can see this, like, and he says that Twitter isn't a bar, essentially. You see a lot of people, this Lance Ulanoff, who is a tech expert TV guy and Tech Radar over at Tech Radar, writes, if you ban someone from ever coming back into an IRL social gathering place like a bar or ballpark, why is banning someone from social media platform wrong? Jack simply replies, Twitter isn't a bar. And you see a whole lot of flailing here. Sleeping Giants writing, so banning somebody who clearly broke your terms of service nearly every day was a business decision, but keeping them on the platform was not? What? I mean, these people are insane. There is a group of people that exists that is not insignificant in size, okay? That is somewhere between, I'm not kidding you, 2 and 6 million people, I would say, that every minute of every day of their life, they are thinking about Donald Trump. It's not as many as you think if you only spend your time on Twitter. But also remember that this also includes his super fans. There are people who are obsessed with him. You know, for example, my viewers are in general pretty open to criticism of the things that, you know, especially the criticisms I had over Trump and his presidency. I understand that he didn't have really the support of the House and Senate to get anything really done, but it still doesn't mean I can't be upset that, in my opinion, it appeared that he ran on the whole Section 230, let's take down big tech, and then he didn't do a dang thing about it for 3 years and 50 weeks until he got banned off Twitter. Then suddenly he cared. You know, I thought he spent too much time on Twitter. I thought he was obsessed with it. I thought, you know, I remember when he said he was going to, you know, I'm not going to start any new wars. And he was in office for like 2 weeks and he fired a bunch of missiles into Syria. Like, these are things that I didn't like that he did. There are a lot of things I did like that he did. You know, for example, our import-export policies and what they did for small businesses. And, you know, hey, for all you lefties, you know, if it weren't for him fast-tracking the poke, you wouldn't have had it as quick as you did. There's a lot of things that he did that were right. Also, a lot of things that, like, endorsing Dr. Oz doesn't make sense to me. So you have to, like, look at things objectively. I guess what I'm saying is he has the super fans and he has the super haters. This is between, I don't know, 2 and 8 million people. Like, there's 5 million people that will join Truth Social no matter what because they still love him deeply. And then there's another couple million that will join it because they hate him deeply and they need to see everything he says. This via the New York Post, Jack Dorsey now agrees that Trump should never have been banned from Twitter. Now, of course, he hasn't said anything about it. I mean, Trump himself said that he's going to stay on Truth Social, which, by the way, I got an iPad just so I could use Truth Social. And I've got to tell you, you know, it's not as active as I thought it would be. For example, I have 1.61 thousand followers there. I have 1,600 followers there. Okay. I tweeted something out 2 hours ago and it got 14 likes. It's not very awesome. But there are people here. A week ago, when I tweeted about Coffee Brand Coffee, it got 93 likes. So I think as people continue to come over, you know, when I post memes, they get a couple hundred likes. Sometimes I don't get that many likes on Twitter. You can see my truth page here. So, you know, I think if Trump uses it, if he actually uses it, he'll bring millions of people over. Why he's holding off on using it, you know, or uses it so sparingly, I don't know. He should just be spamming it all the time. He should be tweeting there 10 times. He should be truthing there 10 times a day. So it's been interesting. You can see Kurt Wagner saying, Jack saying Trump banning was, quote, a business decision. Yes, businesses should not be making these decisions. Read the rest of the sentence. And then you see the best of live audio rights. Would love to hear how business thinks such a challenging decision like this. I think what Jack is saying is that there should just be policies in place that make these type of bannings automatic. You know, you don't have to have, you shouldn't have to editorialize whether or not someone's getting banned. You should have these policies all in place. And I think that's what he's saying. It's been interesting to watch all this unfold. I hope Truth Social does really good, because I think it's still, you know, Twitter still needs competition. I hope Trump comes back to Twitter too, because it'd be hilarious. It'd be absolutely idiotic for him not to at least come back and promote Truth Social. And I hope that you'll use the link in the description below. Get yourself private internet access before the massive 82% off discount goes away. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.